Falcon fans, and of course, got the homie Bodie 3000. Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what it do. Bodie 3000 is here in the building. Bodie, you good? Everything good over there, Bo? Think Bodie's in the past. Bodie, we're in 2023. Can you hear me over there, Bodie? Big shout out to Bodie. See, he's over here testing the chat. Bo, everything good, Bo? Can you hear me? Does he know the show is going on right now at this moment? Okay, let's pull him off the screen. Let's see if we bring back. I think Bo might be in the past. He might be stuck in the past, man. I don't know what's going on here. But I'll get a hold of him in a second. Chat's crazy. Big shout out to everybody here checking in. One time for the fan. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Episode 142. Every Sunday, every Wednesday for One Time for the Fan. But we're doing our Thursday pop-up show tonight due to not being able to get our podcast in last night. But big shout out once again to everybody here in the chat. Let me tag Bodie. I don't think he saw it. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, all the Falcons Facebook groups, Twitter, YouTube. Everybody check in. I know you're representing the Falcons. We're going to have that one Jaguars fan in here. We might have that one Saints fan. Let me see if Bodie's here. Bodie's 3000?
I'm here.
3000?
I'm here.
Let's start back over again. One time for the fan. You already know what it is. You already know what we do. 3000, how's everything going, sir?
Everything's peachy, man. Everything good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I am doing great. To have you here talking Falcons football with us. Kiki's not feeling too well, so I don't know if she'll be able to join us. Also, Chase has a lot going on over there on his way, but big shout out to those two diehard Falcon fans. Here on One Time for the Fan, for those that do not know, we talk Falcons football all the time. We're diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. Home games, away games, doesn't matter what it is or however you can represent the Atlanta Falcons. We definitely represent that. Bodie 3000 does a great job doing that. I myself, Kiki, and of course Chase here at One Time for the Fan. Chat's going crazy. So let's go ahead and get straight to the chat. Shout out to all the content creators who has podcasts going on tonight. I think Out of Your Falcon Mind has a podcast right now.
They do.
So big shout out to John and Mike over there, Out of Your Falcon Mind. If you're checking in from that chat, or if you're watching this show and watching that show, go ahead and send some comment fan love over there from One Time for the Fan. Let them know we see them, we salute them. We can't wait to get them back on the show too as well. Bodie, Deshaun got a question for you. He said, what 90s rapper from California was the biggest Falcon fan in the 90s? Yeek? Get some.
90s rapper from California.
90s rappers from California that was a Falcons fan?
I don't know that one.
Can we?
Uncle, Uncle.
Can't say
Florida. I don't know.
Ice Cube?
Too short.
Ice Cube?
I don't know. There was no Falcons fan. No, I don't know.
Can't be too short.
One. It ain't too short.
California was the biggest Falcons fan? 90s rapper?
California. It's a good one.
Was it Cube? There. Cube?
Cube is Oakland Raiders.
It might have been. It might be Ice Cube.
Cube is Oakland Raiders all day. LA Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Vegas Raiders, whatever. Dookie Raiders now, they ass. But
shit, that's tough. Deshaun, you got us on that one. But definitely check in with the answer. Go into the chat here. Falcon fans, bring your questions, bring your comments. We love talking Falcons football with everybody. I'm sure people have a lot of questions about the Atlanta Falcons on how they're doing right now. Of course, the professor, Bodie 3000, and I will also do our best giving you all the facts and the knowledge that we have here as diehard respected fans of the fan base. Carrie's in the chat. Carrie's our special guest for next week, Wednesday. So for those checking in here right now, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hashtag one timers, hashtag the fan club. Carrie will be joining us next week, Wednesday, for the Falcons bye week. We have a lot of special guests coming up too as well. The other special
We
guest,
do.
who's been a big time fan of One Time for the Fan, and he has been on the show multiple times. He'll be coming back too as well in a couple podcasts from now. But Carrie will be joining us next week, Wednesday. So big shout out to her too as well. My
Carrie.
sister. Carrie said, "What's up, Falcons fan? See you
At
Wednesday."
least we can have somebody else not talking about throwing 80 on a run and shit. So
see, you're mentioning it.
welcome.
I'm getting the tape. Apparently, I found somebody who has the tape. And we're gonna get the tape of me throwing 80 on the run, the championship
fucking
game.
Tape they have on you is mopping the fucking floor. That's it. You
That's
like
tough.
this. Actually, you might be laying the field down.
That's tough. Bubba Gump is in the chat. He's in the chat. He's throwing emojis around. Big shout out to Bubba Gump, diehard Falcon fan. Also diehard One Time for the Fan club member, you can say. Bubba Gump been rocking with us for a long time now. So big shout out to Bubba Gump in the chat. Player Stats is in here. He says, same, brother. Player Stats is in the building. Big shout out to Player Stats. Hey, you know the homies in the chat. Dre, true statements here.
All the one-timers, man.
The one-timers are here. Hashtag one-timers. Hashtag the fan club. Throw those emojis around. Look at Dre. He's throwing emojis around. What's good, fellas? Bodie Jack and all the one-timers in the chat.
One-timers.
Checking in. Falcon fans, for those who do not know, Falcons, Cardinals, Arizona this Sunday. Matthew Bass checking in right now in Arizona. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. He was on the ATVs earlier, Bodie. He went to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. He's enjoying Arizona.
Oh, he's been there. Oh, man. You got to get like you.
Oh, he's showing up. He's showing up. So big shout out to Matthew Bass.
Shout out Matthew Bass, man.
Die-hard Atlanta Falcon fan, and of course Rise Up Tour member too as well. He is out there in Arizona getting ready for the game on Sunday. I will be out there tomorrow, Mr. Bass. So for all the Falcon fans heading out to Arizona, we do have a meet and greet Saturday night. We have Pastor Troy performing Saturday night in Arizona. It was my DSGB voice.
That was your Pastor Troy Macon call? Your call?
Shit.
I mean,
DSGB, William Georgia boy. Remember that shit? Used to when you used to be the houseman at the Ramada Inn.
Yeah.
Used to have the CD player.
They had the bow tie on with the CD player hooked up.
God.
They used to be sweeping the flow. DSG.
That's tough. Matthew Bass, big shout out to him in the chat, checking in. John Person is here in the chat. Got a chance to meet John in Tennessee too as well. Bodie's still on them Four Locos. Shit.
Hey, I'm fucking done with those. I'm here to tell you.
Over the Four Locos.
They had to pick me up off the ground.
Hey, let me tell you
before
something.
I hit the ground.
For those that do not know, we had a great time at Rolling Loud. Bodie, I'm sure doesn't want to tell the story again, but people who was here on the podcast listening when we came back from Rolling Loud heard a little bit of the story because we was telling about it on the podcast. But Four Locos is a drink I don't think you all want to.
Yeah, fuck that drink.
Drink back to back.
I thought I was young. I used to do that when I was young. Thought I was young. Then
Four Locos at Mad Dogs. 98-degree weather.
Don't do it. I swear, I ain't that guy no more. Sheesh. Old now.
Let me go ahead and put a tack on it too. They're throwing bottles of water.
Packets of water. Yeah.
Packets and bottles too. For those that's been to Rolling Loud, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But yes, Rolling Loud LA is coming back up in March. I myself will be there. Brian DeQuan Pruitt is in the chat. We should win this game. Brian, we're going to talk about that tonight. If the Falcons can win the game on Sunday, hearing all the reports coming from the Cardinals, how bad that team is, Bodie.
I agree. They're worse than the team we just faced. They're bad too. Watch, whoever they face this week, if they play this week, they're going to get their ass whooped. I'm talking about the Vikings. We should have won that game. And
I think the Vikings play the Saints. We need that. We need the Vikings to go in there and handle business.
Oh, yeah. Well, they play the Saints, then go Vikings.
Shit.
All right.
Not the skull clap.
Go Vikings.
That's tough. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, tag your Falcons friends, tag your Falcons family. If you're checking in from Facebook, head over to YouTube. Let's run the YouTube algorithms up. Let's go ahead and get that shit taken care of. We're trying to get to 600 subscribers. So tell your Falcons friends and family if you have any questions, chat. Go ahead and throw them in the chat, y'all, because we love talking with all the fans here. LaMarcus Boyd, our Rise Up Tour Arizona ambassador. Falcon fans are already arriving in Arizona. LaMarcus Boyd, you have a big task on your hand this weekend by helping some of these Falcon fans out with the host hotel where they'll be staying at. Of course, you guys have, I believe, the stadium tour going on Saturday. We have a big meet and greet party next to the stadium Saturday night. I believe some fans are going to the Lakers Phoenix game tomorrow night too as well. LeBron versus KD. So for fans that want to enjoy that too as well. Falcons, just imagine that. Falcon fans are heading to Arizona to go watch the Falcons Cardinals. But Friday night, if you're a LeBron fan, you get a chance to go see the Lakers in Phoenix.
That'd be me. I'm not going, but I would have went if I was. I'm a Laker fan. So there's that.
For Falcon fans that's heading out to Arizona, once again, we have a nice meet and greet Saturday night with a Pete truck, pass the truck.
Yeah, drink you some water or some shit, please.
My down south Georgia boy voice. Justin Fields not playing tonight. Carolina Panthers versus the Chicago Bears. Two suck teams in the NFL, but we need the Bears to handle business here because we definitely know the Panthers are pretty bad.
I can't believe they put this game. They put this game on Thursday Night Football. Well, in the beginning of the year, knowing they knew they were going to be ass before the season started when they made the schedule. They knew this. Bears ain't got shit. They've been trying to clear up shit, and damn Panthers were starting over. But they still put this shit on Thursday night. The only reason I watch it because I got a couple players invested in
fantasy football.
Fantasy.
For me, we do play the Bears coming up at the end of the season. That's going to be with the conditions, it's going to be a difficult game. You're playing out there in Chicago. It's going to be pretty nippy. Oh, almost caught that. It's going to be a pretty cold game. You're talking about what? Probably 10 degrees, maybe a little bit lower than that. It's gonna be possibly snowing too as well. So for fans heading out there, definitely bundle up because I was there in Chicago back in 2019, and it was in September for the season opener, and it was cold as a motherfucker out there. So I'm telling you right now, December's gonna be stupid cold.
Oh yeah, stupid, ridiculous.
DSGB Hall's in the chat. He's dropping emojis. Crease in the chat.
It's crazy. For locals, crazy. Don't drink that shit, please. I beg you.
Bodie, he ain't fucking with the Four Locos no more, y'all. I can tell you
old, man. I can tell you that. I'll go back to my bourbon in my cup, which I should have in my hand right now. I'm getting up. But go ahead.
Falcon fans, go ahead and hit that like button.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay, Kerry. I'll just stay away from that shit. I promise you. Yeah, you gotta worry about me.
Hit that subscribe. Dwayne Ruffin. One time for the fan. We got to get this one.
For the one time. Man.
Big shout out to Dwayne Ruffin.
If gotta get this one was oh my gosh. Like, I mean, I said it last week, but this shit here, if we lose this game, we'll talk about it.
A crucial must-win game before the bye week. This is big for Atlanta Falcons fans. We talked about the schedule earlier this year. The NFL kept mentioning it. The easiest schedule. The Falcons with the easiest schedules. And with the team that we thought would have a way better record than what we have right now, it's disappointing that you're sitting at 4-5. And fans are 50-50 on if you can go into Arizona and get this win against a 1-8 fucking team or 1-7. It's pretty bad to know that fans still feel that a 4-5 team that had high expectations before the season started. That was a horrible throw from Bryce Young. That was horrible. I don't know if you saw that, but that was
I'm trying to pull the game up now.
Yeah, that was a horrible throw. But for Falcon fans, I can see how you guys feel right now about the team. and how it's possible that some feel like they could go into Arizona and lose on Sunday. They have Kyler Murray back. I believe James Conner is coming back too as well. He's a red zone touchdown machine, a player that you definitely have to watch for the Falcons defense out there on Sunday. But with Kyle Murray back, it's not the backup quarterback that they was dealing with, Josh Dobbs, because he was traded to the Vikings and he was beat a Sunday. It's not the quarterback that they just played. I don't even know who is the quarterback behind Kyler Murray, Bodie. Who just played Sunday against the Browns?
No, they got some rookie dude, some guy, somebody, I don't know.
Going to week 4, week 5, week 6, fans were saying, oh my gosh, Arizona, that's a winnable game. Look how bad the team is playing. They don't even have their starters in. Players are injured over there. The coaching is horrible. And then Kyler Murray is active this week, and then fans quickly say, oh shit, this could be a serious must-win game for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Even losing to Will Levis, losing to Josh Dobbs.
That shit hurt.
Both of them. Sam Howell. You lost to Sam Howell, Josh Dobbs, and Will Levis this year.
Think about that. Think about how bad that is. That's terrible. Losing that Dobbs shit. I mean, we all know now. Like, we've been talking about it since Sunday. That losing the Dobbs was that was bad. That was just bad.
That's horrible.
He didn't even know the plays. He didn't even know the names. Bad.
A situation where we hope it doesn't come back to the end of the season where we're sitting there looking at the Bears game and the Saints game saying we have to win one of these two games to make it to the playoffs. And then you go back to the schedule and you say, bro, we lost to the Commanders with Sam Howell. We lost to the fucking Titans with Will Levis on his first start and Josh Dobbs, who didn't even know the fucking players on the team. That's the embarrassing part. So, yes, this Sunday, Bodie, it is a crucial must-win game before the bye. Drake London did return to practice this week too as well. So that's big for the Atlanta Falcons that you're going to have him back on Sunday. Not worried too much as a fan, not worried too much looking at the Arizona Cardinals this Sunday with their roster. Some of the players are going to have out there. I
wasn't worried about the Vikings either. And look where we're at.
You know how I am as a fan, man. Every game is winnable. Any given Sunday. So
absolutely,
I see the Falcons winning this Sunday.
But that's the thing with a team who's damn near, we probably gonna be damn near healthy except down Grady, for the most part. Facing a team just getting their quarterback back, ain't played in X amount of whenevers, and losing that, just like losing last week. I threw up a little bit. Shit, I threw the remote. Like what the freak are we doing? What the
did you find it?
Doing?
Or at least find the batteries?
I'm still looking for that motherfucker. Still looking.
That's tough.
So it's out there. It's just out there. But it's just bad. Like these are the type of games you gotta win. No one's gonna have faith in us if we're losing to freaking teams with freaking newspaper clippings put together and then they fucking get out there on the field and do some shit. Are you serious? It's very embarrassing. It's tough, and it just shows how, it's just bad. Okay, it's just bad.
Falcon fans agree or disagree. This team can still make the playoffs. Agree or disagree? You can put your ones in the chat if you agree. You can put your twos in the chat if you disagree. This team can still make the playoffs. Yes, it's a crucial must-win game on Sunday. Every game is a must-win game, but that was another bad throw by Bryce Young. But
yeah, I just saw it.
Playing against a 1-7 team like the Cardinals, it should be a dominating win. I mean, the Browns, who's had their struggles so far this season, they dominated the fucking Cardinals on Sunday. Yeah, so I'm hoping that the Falcons can do the same.
Yeah, Browns are going through some, but they got it more together than we do right now. Mm-hmm. What I can say. So we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't have faith in us playing like we did last week too. It's scary, and if the play calling don't change this week, then and we lose, I expect major changes. It ain't got to be coach firing like everybody wants. It could be play calling shifted, which I think probably need to happen anyway because we went through how many weeks? 9. Not looking good. Not looking good. Well, looking good last year. Ain't looking good now either. 9 weeks in. So
Quick update for those that are not watching the Bears and Panthers game. Bryce Young just went 3 and out, and he threw that ball into the fucking river. That shit's over. He went through that shit over the stadium.
yeah.
This is tough. This is tough.
And that's the thing. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. I'm a realist. I think Bryce Young's gonna be good. Everybody's poo pooing on Bryce Young because C.J. Stroud is fucking shit up right now. I will give it to him. He's the man. He's the man right now, rookie wise. So I don't think they made a bad choice at quarterback with Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young will be good. He's been not bad. I mean, I guess he has been bad. They're 1-7. So there's that. That's just a take.
Chat's going crazy. Stevie Karagi in the chat, checking in from Arizona, another one of the Rise Up Tour ambassadors. Big shout out to Stevie for everything that you've done, you and LaMarcus, helping out all these Falcon fans coming out to Arizona this weekend to have a good time and watch the Falcons beat the Cardinals. We're going to have a great time, Stevie, so I'll see you tomorrow, brother. Charlotte Henderson is in the chat. She said, hey, what's up, Charlotte?
What's good?
God. Not mopping the floor.
Yeah, bro. That's what you do. That's tough.
Jeremiah Weens is in the chat. Said Falcons need this win before the bye week. They definitely need this win before the bye week. Hell, they need a couple other wins before the bye week too. But we'll get stayed with the Arizona Cardinals first.
Yeah, we can only focus on this week. Yeah, you definitely need this win before the bye week.
Don't want to go back into the fucking past.
Yeah, like this Four Locos shit. I don't want to go back there.
This is tough. Are you remembering this now, Bodie? Are they making you remember this shit with the Four Local comment?
Yeah. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I guess because you're making me go back there now. That's all they had. They had the beer in there, but beer be messing with my stuff. It'd be getting air chest and I'd be burping a lot. It'd be uncomfortable. So all they fucking had was that fucking Four Loco. And I'm like, all right. Next thing you know, I'm like, it gets you angry. I mean, I wasn't even angry. I was just like, I was just like, I wasn't feeling, some folks be drunk and they be like happy. I was just like, that I don't like that.
Never mean mugging like 60,000 people.
Yeah. They thought
like everybody that saw
why are you mad to be at this concert?
Why everybody was looking at me like, why is that guy over there mad? Like, he's not mad. He's not frustrated at all.
That ain't the type of drunk I need to be.
He's on the Four Loco.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I got 2 fingers for the Four Loco. Fuck that shit.
But Bodie is here with us today talking Atlanta Falcons football, and that's always great.
Okay, Bengals Ravens next week. That's better. Better than this shit.
When they put the schedule out, I'm sure they looked at the season and they said, well, the Panthers had the first pick and the Bears with Justin Fields. Oh, this would be a great game. Not knowing that it was going to be ass like the way they are right now. But the Panthers, they're pretty bad right now. They are really bad. That's tough.
Ass.
Coy Bishop's in the chat. Long time listener, first time caller. Big shout out to Coy Bishop. He's been here a while too as well. Bubba Gump dropping the ones in the chat. Bubba Gump believes that this team can still make the playoffs. Coy Bishop dropping the 1. Player Stats is in here dropping the 1. Foxy Noxy is up in here dropping the 1s. Dwayne Ruffin is in here dropping the 1s. Completely agree. 1 and it will happen. D.A. Hunter had the chance to meet D.A. in Tennessee last week. He's dropping the 1s here too as well. Jeremiah Weems is throwing emojis. Got to watch out for him. He's throwing emojis around. We got Boricua Gonzalez is here. So Arthur Smith is the worst time managing coach ever.
Oh, you must have didn't watch those Dan Quinn years.
That was tough.
Fucking bad. He didn't manage shit. So I don't know who's worse. I think Dan Quinn's a little worse. Arthur Smith, he got a lot to learn. He's learning. Rookie head coach, he's learning.
Who's the better post-game coach after a loss?
The better post-game coach?
I mean, just when you're talking to, they're talking to the media. Like, who was more?
Oh, like
Dan Quinn was like fired up. Like, he was getting ready to break that podium. Like, he was like, I can.
You know what? Hearing Arthur Smith sit here and talk about doing the Bijan, try to get to him. And
I can do my
didn't work.
can I do my Arthur Smith? I've been
Do
practicing.
it. You do it. You got it.
All right, you're D-Led, right?
Yeah. All right. That's all. Why? Explain why. Explain why Bijan didn't touch the ball in the red zone.
Well, D-Led. Look what's going on. Come on. Got players on the field. People running around. Come on. I mean, come on, D-Led. What day is it over there in your book? Look at your notes. What do you have? All right. All right, cool. I'm gonna engrave my nails into this wooden podium right now. I don't care who it belongs to. Come on, D-Led. Come on. Yeah, that's a little bit of my Arthur Smith. Been working on it.
Did you see the 5-minute explanation? Bro?
I saw like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of it, and I was like, okay, I'm going back to work.
Yeah, he talked in circles. He said he basically talked in circles. Why? He basically talked in circles. Like he didn't say much of anything.
Let me get down to the red zone and then move around.
He said that the one thing he said in that interview, he said, well, we wanted to draw it up for Bijan, but just didn't work. We drew it up for Janu. Janu.
One thing I think that fans are seeing.
You got your.
And Bodie, this is probably because of the play calling situation and how Arthur Smith wants to be like this, this weird type of play calling scheming wise. You ran your tight end
genius, but he's outsmarting himself.
You ran your tight end 2 on a sweep route.
What the fuck are we doing? I know you love Janu, but what the fuck was that?
If I'm not mistaken, you
also had our tight end 2 throwing it to our tight end 3.
Just about to say that. In Tennessee, you had Kyle Pitts blocking for your tight end 2, throwing to your tight end 3.
Fuck.
That's tough. So if that's the disguise and the scheme that Arthur Smith is planning on running with this season, well, you're 4-5. We can't be running this too much longer. Arizona's a game where you have to come out. You have to dominate the Cardinals. When you get down to the red zone, I ain't gonna lie. You know how to get down to the red zone. You're drawing the fucking plays. Don't let this guy run it back.
Oh, get him.
Punter.
Get him.
Punter.
Get him.
No.
Wow.
Flag.
God damn it. It's coming back. Damn punter, you had him. You suck.
Fucking punter was supposed to at least throw a shoe at him. Dwayne Ref and people in the chat living my Arthur Smith. It's working. 4-5. Look at the team. The team's doing well. Desmond Ritter, we're going to evaluate him.
Coach,
getting ready. Yeah, do that move with the head. He doesn't move the head nod too. He's like,
Coach, you're not explaining anything, Coach. I need you to come back with something better than that.
Literally beating himself every week. Bubba Gump is in the chat. Let's go here to Falcons Cardinals. It's Taylor time in Atlanta. Bodie, there have been some fans here in the chat. They've been talking about it since week 1. Taylor's going to start by week 8. Taylor's going to be in there by week 9, week 10. They got their wish. They wasn't on the Desmond Ritter train early in the season. A lot of fans weren't. All right, cool. We understand. But it's Taylor time in Atlanta. The situation last week in Tennessee with the concussion, not the Vikings game, before the Vikings game, the concussion, he's got evaluated, what's going on. They bring in Taylor, has a chance to come back and almost win the game, which would have been beautiful if he would have won that game too as well, because I was sitting right there behind the bench. Would have been great.
Yeah.
You go to next week against the Vikings, you choose Taylor. You don't even wait till Wednesday to have the meeting, the press conference. You already make the announcement that Taylor is the starting quarterback. I think it was Monday morning they made the announcement. Monday afternoon.
Yeah. That's because that was the plan all along. They wanted to scapegoat Ritter, and then, with the I don't care what people say, they scapegoated Ritter with that concussion shit. He might have got rattled, but damn it, they threw that out there and ran with it to me, and they just gave him a reason to play Heineke. Playing Heineke looked okay, but you can only do so much with shitty play calling. So, be real. I bashed the play calling. I will bash that. That was bad. It was bad. It's fucking bad. So, you can only do so much. Yeah, and Heineke, he did throw a terrible interception. I mean, good God.
Going back and watching the film of the play is like, that was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, Taylor. But that's the thing. He takes risks like that, and you got to take the good with the bad, because Taylor does a lot of good. But that he'll do that too. So
The one thing is, Bodie, and I'm sure you can agree or disagree, you saw with Taylor, not
oh
just the
yeah, I
Tennessee
won't say
game.
nothing else. Falconator, we won't say nothing else about the game. You got
Shit, that's tough, Falconator. That's tough. Big shout out to
yeah,
all the diehard Atlanta Falcon fans here in the chat. Bubba Gump is definitely correct. Should be 7-2.
absolutely.
For the answer earlier, it was MC Hammer. I was thinking about it. Uh-oh. Here come the hammer.
I couldn't
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
couldn't
Uh-oh.
think.
Do the
Ah
dance,
man,
Bodie. The one you did on TikTok went viral.
shit.
Trying to get the views up. One time for the fan. Bodie, looking at Taylor and Ritter. Shit, you still doing the dance? I didn't know you
Yeah,
get out.
all right, I'm done now. I'm
Sequence
done.
3. I didn't know what the fuck am I going? I was getting ready to start roasting you, and then you start doing the dance. So looking at Taylor and Ritter, right, Bodie?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at Taylor's performance on Sunday: 21 for 38,
Mm-hmm.
had 1 TD, 1 pick,
Mm-hmm.
1 sack, 75 rating, but he threw the ball 38 times.
38 times he did.
You didn't see that type of start really for Ritter when he was getting involved into the Atlanta Falcons offense. It was more like that slow pace type of Ritter style offense. He didn't come in there the first game and throw the shit for 40 times.
He's not going to. He wasn't going. That wasn't the plan. I mean, Ritter's a young QB. Like Taylor's been here, so I think they felt more comfortable with a lot of more passing plays with Taylor. I get that, but
Taylor wants to get the ball down the field.
that he does. But that's another thing. We know what Arthur Smith's known for, so he kind of went away from that and just like, hey, Taylor, drawing up these street plays, hey, everybody's downfield, and that's another thing I was saying. Like Arthur, Coach Smith got to throw. He got to. I think it needs to be I think it needs to be a check down on every play because
There was a lot of
that's the
checkdowns that
way
he missed. Taylor missed that. Saw some of the breakdown of the film.
he did. He did. But that is a lot that goes into a play. It's the protection scheme. It's the the actual play design. I think Taylor can move his feet too. You got to get a guy like Taylor out of the pocket. I don't think Coach even knows what a rollout, a QB rollout is.
Shit.
We don't ever do that shit. And that's something I got spoiled with looking at Shanahan do it all the time. Even with damn slow ass Matt Ryan, he was rolling out the pocket. So, I mean, it's a lot, man. It's just Taylor can only do so much.
It's Taylor time in Atlanta. And shout out to Kiki because she hit me up this morning. She was like, it sounds like Home Improvement. Yeah, Tim the two-man fucking Taylor. That's what it is. It's Taylor time in Atlanta. And for all the fans who wanted Ritter out, or you wanted Taylor to start, for the fans that don't want Taylor there and you want Ritter to start, put that shit aside and let's go get the fucking wins now, man.
Get the dub, man.
I'm telling you, when I get that phone call and that shit says Flowery Branch, ain't no more podcast. Y'all finna see me on fucking Sunday. I'm telling you right now.
I thought you talking about going to the podcast studio in Flowery Branch, not playing because
no, not the Ticketmaster Studios. No, I'll check in before and after the game, but my number's probably sitting ready. And he talked to the equipment manager too. I'm sure they're probably printing.
I know what your number is. 00. Sorry. Anyway, Padre.
Shit.
Padre said, "What's good, fellas? Yo, Bodie. I heard that Ace Hardware got the brackets for the closet remodel, and you ain't finished. It's about to not get paid for. You know what? That actually was Jack's job. Jack was supposed to get them brackets. He was supposed to get the shelves and everything. But he up here, he don't know his math equations right, so he got the wrong size and everything. So and then he brought some mulch. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with mulch?
Yo, man, it caught me on that drink right there a couple of seconds ago. It's still not going down well here. Corey Bishop shouldn't be passing the ball no more than 24 to 25 times point blank. With Desmond Ritter, yes.
That's what it was. Yeah, with Ritter.
With Taylor Heineke, he's throwing that shit more than 30 times on Sunday.
I think so.
He's throwing it more than 30 times on Sunday. I don't see him going in there with no 12 of 18 and the Falcons win. Taylor wants to get the ball down the field. if they do it correctly, and I will say he did have some decent throws in the Minnesota Vikings game
Of
where I was
course.
sitting there watching saying, get it out, Taylor, get it out. Who's he throwing to? Oh my God, good catch. One of those type of moments.
Mhm.
Because we were, man, let me tell you something. As a diehard fans, you can agree or disagree in the chat. Man, we did 10 plus years of Matt. Oh, is that touchdown?
Ooh.
Oh no, it's pass interference. We did 10 plus
Hey,
years of Matt Ryan.
don't give it away to Falconator. He
Oh,
said,
my bad, Falcons.
no.
10 plus years of Matt Ryan. So you kind of
Mhm.
knew what you was getting when Matt Ryan went into the game. You're going to get a hardworking, determined quarterback to go and lead this team to victory. And you had so many years of it that now with the Mariota situation and
Mhm.
then the Desmond Ritter situation and now Taylor Heineke, fans can't wrap their mind around what the fuck is happening at the quarterback situation. After
Yeah.
Matt Ryan, we don't want to become the Browns. We don't want to become the Jets.
No,
So, Bodie, the question for you is, it is Taylor time in Atlanta, but after Taylor, you get to the end of the season. I don't even want to. Okay, you make it to the playoffs. Taylor takes you there. You win the division.
Mhm.
What are you doing at the end of the season? Do you want to give us your thoughts now, or do you want to wait till the end of the season to let us know? Because me as a fan, is Taylor your starting quarterback next year off of what I just said? Still, if you are you trying to evaluate that, or is it more so we have to go to the draft and hit a splash here? We have to get somebody who's going to be our franchise quarterback.
I mean, we can't draft no more offensive players other than damn quarterback that's left. Maybe
You
get one
drafted
of the top
Pitts,
old linemen.
drafted
Yeah,
London, you drafted Robinson. You need a quarterback if you're going to go
but
that route.
I would say it's a little early. We still got to see what coach gonna draw up for Taylor and how Taylor's gonna perform. And I mean, Taylor did good back in Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like he did pretty good. He had his moments, but he did good. And if they come, excuse me, if they come up with a camaraderie and they actually have a chemistry, coach and quarterback, and they can find something and they can get this team rolling with all these weapons. I mean, Taylor could very well be back, and I would be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's a little too early to tell. I think we just need to play out the rest of the season, see how these two mesh. I'm talking about the coach and play calling and Taylor, and we just need to see how the offense is going to look. It's kind of early, a little too early to tell right now. So
Here's what I'm worried about, Bodie. And as a fan, I mean, I'm not the organization, but the Falcons, they're going to have to owe Kyle Pitts an apology here. Like, they drafted this guy to be a star tight end in the league, which technically by name and who he is, and of course, where he was drafted, he
yeah,
technically is a top 10 tight end in the league. His stats don't really prove that to many, but here in Atlanta, they would say, oh, Kyle Pitts, he's fucking a beast. He's amazing.
yeah.
But you had Matt Ryan for the year. You had Mariota. You had Desmond
Mhm.
Ritter. Now you have Taylor Heineke. 4 quarterbacks still going through your rookie contract.
Yeah,
Like,
all I
that
know
is
is
tough right now for Kyle
when
Pitts.
we
And that
had
when it
them
comes to that fucking contract situation for him, he's going to think about it now. You got to look at that.
when he had the greatest quarterback in Falcons history,
Matt Ryan
throwing him the ball,
at the end of his
he
career.
went for 1,000 yards
Mm.
that season in his rookie season.
It was 1 game
Okay.
away from the playoffs, I believe, or 2 games away coming to the end of the year. It was 1 or 2.
Yes, so
Yeah.
yes, so we know what Kyle Pitts is. It's been inconsistent quarterback play ever since Matt Ryan left, and that's not Kyle Pitts' fault. Now I know other folks will go to the film. I've seen folks go to the film and say, "Oh, he don't run routes good, or he's lazy on this, or he don't sharp cuts." Blah blah
Fans
blah.
have
I've
called
seen
out a lot.
all that.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen that. That's a collective of different things. It could be the play calling, like I said. It could be a lot of things. So we saw what a very good, damn near great quarterback, I would say great quarterback did with Kyle Pitts. Um, it's not Kyle, okay? And we have a damn you want to say a top tight end right there that should be top in the league. His stats don't show it, obviously, because they ain't been using him because they fucking love Jonnu Smith. Damn near leading the team in receiving yards and everything. But I mean, we got a whole Bijan. You know what I'm saying? We drafted him high as a motherfucker, and nobody nobody thought we should have because they devalue running backs. But this ain't just a running back. Dude special. And he's had one rush in the red zone all year within 5 yards. One. And it's week 9, 10, whatever week it is.
You just mentioned it. Inconsistent quarterback play since Matt Ryan left. So at the end of the season, is this the year that you actually go and get your franchise quarterback?
I wouldn't jump that gun just yet. Like I said, we got to see what we got to see how the rest is. We got to see how coach responds with the play calling. We got to see how Taylor responds. We got to see what's shaking. Like all those ones in the chat, we can still win this division. I believe it too.
Are you in on the Ryan Tannehill news from a lot of the Falcon fans saying he's a free agent next year?
I want to fucking throw up. I personally don't want to see Ryan Tannehill here, but I mean that's just some that would tell me a lot. Okay, that would tell me that damn coach just love his Tennessee players. He just love going back to that old thing. I don't know. Maybe he just like old things. I don't know. he like the double dip backwards. Okay.
I'll throw this out here now.
I date forward. I don't date back. He loves to date back. And
November 9th.
I don't like that.
2023. Is it possible that Justin Fields is probably going to be your quarterback next year? Because fans are talking, they're asking me questions left and right. Like, bro, they got to go get Fields. Like, what would you do? Matter of fact, let's just go on to the next topic, because if we stay on this quarterback situation, we're going to be here for a whole 2 hours.
If was a fifth, we'd be drunk.
Shit.
So there's a lot of ways to go with that. So I like to cover that closer to the end of the year.
That's great.
Right now, we still got a great chance to be a good team and win this division and scare some people. We got enough weapons. The defense is good. Like we're there. We just gotta find ourselves. So
one time for the fan, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Uncle Steve's Lounge, diehard Falcon fan, content creator in the chat. He said, "What's going on, guys? Got to have this one. Really think they put up 30 plus this week in Arizona. That would be great. That would be great."
Like I said, I think Uncle Steve, I think you're right. I mean, I think they need to go in the back of that playbook and find that stuff they're scared to run. Maybe he found the other stuff that I don't want to see no tight end 2 jet sweeps anymore. But I mean, good God, he's got to really pull out the stops. Like he's really got to get to, you got to feed your top pick in the red zone. He was a great red zone running back in college.
Mm-hmm.
He scored hella touchdowns in the red zone in college, and he's only seen 1 red zone, only because I guess you love Algier, which I love him too. But damn it, you have a superstar at running back.
A fan did point out to me, he sent me a text and said, a lot has changed for Bijan since that whole headache thing in Tampa, right? And I was like, look, man, I don't know about what's going on behind closed doors with the Falcons.
I don't know either.
But if you look at the game from Tampa to now, I mean, the numbers have went down in a lot of areas. I talked about it last week too as well. I mean, fantasy people, what do they call them? The fantasy, what do they call them? The owners, the
fantasy league owners?
The league owners?
Yeah.
They're probably upset. They're probably going fucking crazy right now. Like, yo, we got Bijan. We drafted this guy top pick.
You called us fantasy people like we're just some aliens.
I know how y'all do that stuff. I don't even get into all that stuff.
But yeah, I get it. Yeah, like fantasy people like Chase who drafted Bijan high, and
Chase left work early to go draft Bijan. Is that true?
Shit. Damn, he got off that mountain.
Fuck. That's tough. Patrick got another comment for you. He said, "You're right, Bodie, and I owe you an apology. Chase underbid him though because he was going to resurface my cabinet." Shit. Matter of fact, Chase, when you finish over there at Padre's house, can you come give me an estimate? I told you about the basement. We're trying to redo the man cave. Coy Bishop's here in the chat.
No, Padre, you come give us an estimate. I know you know how to sand them cabinets. So
shit,
help Chase out.
No, Padre does carpenter work. Let's see. Coy Bishop, I told everybody we get rid of Matt Ryan. It's going to be about 4 or 5 years before we see a solid quarterback. Some fans have recently posted on social media, I saw, this is the curse of Matt Ryan. You wanted Matt Ryan gone. You wanted him out of here. Old aged Matt is getting to that point. Like fucking Brandon Frazier from Ice Age. It's looking tough. You got to get a new quarterback. We got to get somebody fresh, somebody hip. Well, guess what? It hasn't been looking that good since Matt Ryan left. Mariota, can't believe we've mentioned that name.
Yeah.
Ritter, we gave Ritter as much time as we could. But then again, we're not the organization. Some fans will say he need to be starting in Arizona. He needs to finish the season to see what he has. But then some fans are saying, no, it's time to move on. We've already seen enough. 4-5.
I mean, I think
It's
people
tough.
at this point
It's
were
tough.
looking for the natural instinct to just step up, because it would have to be just total excellent football IQ to actually do something in his offense that's very confusing for even Taylor Heineke to freaking excel in right now. I mean, we got a quarterback change and we still lost the goddamn game. And I'm not totally blaming, because Taylor did stuff and Coach did stuff. Coach probably did more stuff because that play calling was ass. And I will say that again. It was bad. Okay. But you gotta help your quarterback. You gotta help your quarterback. So we'll see.
It's a lot going
We
on when you
shall
make
see.
the quarterback change at half in one game,
Yeah.
come back, get a chance to win it, still lose. Next week, go in there with the same quarterback, have the chance to win it, have the lead, and lose. And then this week, you're going to play another a 1-7 team. You have to get this win, Falcons. Like, as a diehard Falcon fan, not only because I'm traveling to Arizona this weekend, no, but for the fan base, for the organization, for the city of fucking Atlanta, we have to get this win over the Cardinals. The Falconator, who is a Tar Heel fan, says, Drake May time, Tar Heels, baby.
I will confirm nor deny these allegations. I'll just leave that alone.
Fans have
Listen,
mentioned Shedeur Sanders. Is he a pick to look at? Apparently, this week, Shedeur had mentioned that he's going to stay at Colorado. Don't know if that's a full confirming report, but it was reported, I believe, through Bleacher Report that Shedeur said he's going to stay at Colorado. So for fans that want Shedeur Sanders, I don't think the Falcons are waiting till next year to go get Shedeur Sanders. So that dream might be out of the picture right here. If the Falcons are going to make a move at that quarterback position, it's going to have to be at the end of the season. Now, going to another spot that needs to be looked at, the coach.
Ooh.
Fans, is that Montez Sweat? Oh,
yes.
Fans talked about firing the coach. They kept saying it. We got to get coach out of here. We have to get coach out of here immediately. If he loses this game on Sunday, he needs to be gone. Doesn't need to fly back to Atlanta. That's what Falcon fans are saying. For me, Bodie, I came here on One Time for the Fan to talk about if they lose to the Cardinals, is that a moment where you would want to fire your coach? And I was getting ready to mention it today when I dropped the itinerary in the chat. But then the Falcons sent an email. Falcons Unplugged, presented by AT&T with Coach Smith. Wednesday, November 15th. Wait a minute. Let me check my Palm Pilot. November 15th is after the Cardinals game.
Yeah.
So for the fans that are saying, if we lose to the Cardinals on Sunday, Coach Smith is gone, 100% he is gone. I don't think that's going to happen. He is having an interview with Atlanta Falcon fans on a call. I don't know if it's the virtual one or it's going to be, you do it over the phone, that type of thing. But it's next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m., and fans can ask questions to Coach Smith on the call. Now, you have to submit your questions first, but you have a chance to speak with Coach Smith on next week, Wednesday. So for the fans that wanted Smith out of here, if we lost against the Cardinals, some of the fans were saying, even if we beat the Cardinals, they want Smith out of here. He's not going anywhere. This is a decision I think is going to come down to the end of the season.
I would say this. Coach Blank, he doesn't strike me as a guy who would just fire the coach in the middle of the season unless we just look like dog shit, unless we look like the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
and we're expected to be better than that. I don't think he will fire him personally. I think we'll see how the season plays out, and then he'll evaluate his performance then. But if we come out and have a big ass lead and then lose it in Arizona to a returning Kyler Murray with a bare bones team and a 1-7 team, then that's I didn't seen. We just saw the Raiders coach get fired over a fucking terrible performance.
Mm-hmm. All season.
Yeah, all season.
And going back to last.
If I think they only fire coaches when they see that they're losing the locker room, which the coach in Oakland, well, Las Vegas, he was losing the locker room. And the players even said it. Even Max Crosby came out and was like, yeah, see, Coach Pierce, who's their interim coach now. Yeah, Coach Pierce, yeah, he knows, he gets us. He's this, he's that. He was raving.
Max Crosby, when he's high or when he's not high?
Shit.
Yeah. That man was hitting that doobie like he was getting ready to go back to the streets.
Shit.
What you got about it?
My thing is, if he feel like he's losing, if ownership feels like he's losing the locker room, then that'll be a reason to let him go. But I mean, it's just poor execution right now, and if it just, I don't see him getting fired. I think they'll play it out. I mean, did Dan Quinn get fired in the middle of the season?
Yeah, but our record was fucking piss poor around that time.
It was bad,
and we gave him to the point. It was the point of no return at that point. But fans knew.
Yeah, but yeah, he should have been fired like a season or two before that. So that was another thing.
Falcon fans here in the chat. Big shout out to Kiki checking in. Carrie is also here in the chat too as well. Our special guest. So here's the cool thing. We have and for OG Tony here in the chat, OG Tony said Arthur Smith will be fired Monday. That's difficult to say with the Falcons having a press conference with Arthur Smith Wednesday with the fans. I don't think they would do a live press conference. I mean, not live, but it's going to be the call. I mean, it's going to be a live phone call. So it's not going to be like on TV. It's going to be not going to be on YouTube or anything, but it's going to be a live call. You probably have to tune in either on the virtual call that they did before, or you'll call in.
I'll say this: it'll be like a 99. I think it's a 99.9% chance that he won't be fired. Always got to leave that 0.1 because you just never know nowadays. He might come out and have an astronomical fucking bad loss.
Why would the Falcons send the unplugged email of having a conference with Coach Smith next Wednesday?
The same reason they posted Algier saying, yeah, he's the guy. And you remember they did the little cartoon with Algier and London and stuff.
Last year,
that's fucking Bijan. That's why. Yeah. I mean, it happens that way. I wouldn't take, that's just a grain of salt thing. I don't think that's a total, indication that he won't get fired. But I don't think he's going to be fired anyway. Like, yeah, you got to be astronomically bad to get fired. We're not astronomically bad. We're just inconsistent. That's it.
Falcon fans, going into this game Sunday, we know one thing. On paper, the Atlanta Falcons are much better. On the field, the Atlanta Falcons are much better. But how the game is going to be played on Sunday is going to really determine what the fuck is going on with Coach Smith on Sunday. Yeah. So I do agree with Uncle Steve. I can see 30-plus points on the board.
Should be.
I can see a team that's coming out firing on all cylinders, going crazy on this Arizona team. And you have to look at the mistakes that fans are pointing out, people on social media, the journalists, everybody, Kurt Warner. When you get down to that red zone, it's either you're putting CP back there, you're putting Bijan back there, you're doing something. But if you can't score on the fucking 1-yard line this week,
oh gosh,
you have a long bye week ahead of you. Now the field goal shit, I understand. And I was listening to the radio station earlier, and somebody mentioned, give me one good thing about the Falcons that you would say could make them a Super Bowl contender right now. And I was thinking the whole day, like, oh, shit. If you were down by 1 with 5 seconds left to go on the 25-yard line, you have the best kicker in the NFL, I think, right now.
That's true.
Am I right?
I think so.
You'd be
Man, the
cool.
man had what fucking 14 points last week. Like shit.
Otherwise than
It's
that, I
cool.
mean, would you want your defense on the field on the 25-yard line in the Super Bowl?
You know what? I would.
Up
Yeah, I
2
mean,
points and the team is driving down the field? I mean, I'd
but that's
rather
the
go with the
thing.
cool
What
kick than having your defense on the field.
all I know is we got a Bijan, and 31 other teams don't. So
Mm-hmm.
feed the Bijan. Put that on the t-shirt. Feed the Bijan.
It's tough.
God damn it, feed the Bijan. I
Going
mean, we
down,
feed in London, but feed the damn Bijan. Feed the Pits too.
going down in a major way. Carrie, once again, she'll be the special guest next week, Wednesday. We have the Arthur Smith Unplugged call with the Falcons at 6 p.m. We have Carrie joining One Time for the Fan at 8 p.m. So, of course, we'll be talking about that too as well. Carrie, big shout out to you as an Atlanta Falcon fan. I know you love traveling to home games and, of course, the away games too. Carrie lives outside Atlanta, and she still finds a way to come to the game. So, for all the Falcon fans that haven't been to a game yet, y'all better check in because Carrie already checked in a couple times this season. Big shout out to Thomas Scott out there in Arizona. He's checking in
Already.
too as well. Rise Up Tour is definitely
Rise
touching
up.
down in the city. Is going down this weekend. I'll post the information for the meet and greet. Pastor Troy, Pastor Troy will be performing live this Saturday night in Arizona, courtesy of the Rise Up Tour. You know how we do when we go on the road. It's all about having fun and having a good time. Coy Bishop said it's a call for him to say goodbye to all the fans. God, you have some fans who were invested in everything before the season started. You spend a shit ton of money on defense. Desmond Ridder, this is going to be his year. He has full control of the offense. Arthur Smith, you got Bijan, you got Drake London, Kyle Pitts, you got your weapons, and then you're sitting at 4-5.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity here for a lot of fans to talk their shit on this team because a lot of people believe that they was going to be better than what they see. And I understand. I'm a diehard Falcon fan. Bodie, you're a Falcon fan. We all understand that coach is getting a lot of sweat right now from the fan base.
Yeah.
The play calling, people are now seeing a lot more of the Dave Rigoni post too as well. Don't let him slide. Hell, they're calling out Rich McKay the other day.
Yeah.
Falcon fans are finding a little bit of everything right now because they are upset that they had high expectations at the beginning of the season when this team was looking really good before the season started. And now sitting at 4-5, you are hoping that you go in there and beat the fucking Cardinals.
Exactly. Yeah. And you're right. Don't let
Somebody mentioned it earlier. We should be 7-2.
We definitely should be. Yeah, we can't let Dave Ragone slide either. He's an offensive coordinator. And the way this offense has been coordinated thus far hasn't worked. So yeah, they're Arthur Smith and Dave Ragone are a package deal. For sure.
Tyreek Johnson's in the chat. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. All the Falcon fans here checking in. We love talking with all the Falcon fans because One Time for the Fan is for the fans. This is a safe space for you to come and express your opinion about the Atlanta Falcons. So tell your Falcon friends, tell your Falcons family, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, episode 142 here. Tyreek Johnson in the chat. He said the only way if Arthur Smith keep his job is if we make the playoffs. 3 losing seasons and you don't make the playoffs with a team that you just spent over 80-something million on defense on. That's a tough call in the offseason. As a fan right now in week 9, I'm not going to say nothing yet.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the season, I'm going to evaluate everything, just like how Terry would, just like how Arthur Blank would, Rich McKay, everybody. And we'll see what happens with Arthur Smith. But for right now, go and beat the Arizona Cardinals. Arthur Smith, if you're listening, Arthur Smith, if you're fucking listening, go and beat the Arizona Cardinals. Hell, I'm telling you, coach, call me, put me in. I can score. I can score for the one.
Hope you got a playbook.
It's tough, but it's going down in a major way. Falcon fans are here in the chat. See what we got here, buddies, before we wrap up the show and get up out of here. Where we at?
I'm seeing these.
What's today?
And these Kelsey brothers everywhere. This is crazy.
Ain't lying. Yeah. See the Kelsey. Be careful now. I'm gonna see a Swifty. Buddy, what did the Falcons need to do Sunday to beat the Cardinals before we get up out of here?
Falcons need to just be smart. Like, we know what our strengths are. We know we have weapons. We know what our weapons' strengths are. Just use our weapons to their strengths. And that should have been what the whole training camp and everything was about with that. We know what Kyle does well. We drafted him. We use Kyle to his strengths. That's what the Chiefs do with Kels. Like, they use Kels to his strengths. They know exactly what he does. They don't have another good receiver. All they have is Kels, and he still eats every fucking week. Explain that. Don't tell me it can't be done. And don't blame Kyle's route running or whatever the hell they're saying on the internet. Just use Kyle to his strengths. Use Bijan to his strengths. Bijan should be catching balls. He should be running. He should be in the red zone getting TDs. Use Bijan to his utmost strength. Okay, and then you have a whole 1,000 yard rusher in the backfield with him in Tyler Algier. You know when to use him. Obviously, he's using him in the red zone way more than Bijan. Um, and then we're throwing it to London. Um, they I think they were last week. They tried to spread the ball out to everybody. They gave it to Cordell Hodge. They gave it to uh
Big shout out to Hodge. He was
Bird.
balling out.
Hey, yeah, they gave it to Bird. But damn it, you know, you can spread the ball out when the need be. But you have weapons. You drafted weapons high. You use your freaking weapons and be smart. Now, you don't outsmart yourself and have the damn run a damn tight end sweep, fake pass to the third tight end. Like, what are we doing? Like, you think that's the thing. Don't outsmart yourself and just play effing football, bro. That's it.
Put that shit on a t-shirt. Don't outsmart yourself. You're on the one. You have Cordell Patterson, who's a fucking touchdown machine on the goal line.
Have him
Bijan
too.
Robinson, you mentioned his college stats too as well from the red zone too as well. He's one of the
Yes,
most outstanding running backs coming out of college
he's
football.
one of the most prolific running backs coming from college in the past 10 years plus. Use that. Use that. Don't fucking give the ball to Jonnu Smith anymore on
On the
jet
one.
sweeps. I will fucking break my computer if I see that shit again. I get mad every time I see that shit. That shit pops on my goddamn timeline.
Line them up and run them over. You have the weapons
Yes.
there. You have the line there. Last year, you were top 5 offensive line and running the ball.
Yes.
Wait
Went
a
away
minute.
from everything.
Damn near the same line that you have right now.
Damn near.
Come on.
You telling me one guy is just shaking a whole fucking line? He might be, but he's a
Wait,
rookie. Okay,
should we
but
call Elijah Wilkinson? Are we missing Elijah
do
Wilkinson?
we need to call him back? Because damn it, I don't know. I don't know what the hell. We lost our run touch, and we fucking lost our mind because we don't know what the fuck to do when we're trying to throw the ball. So just be smart. Use great football IQ and be smart. Coach set the quarterback up for success, and use your weapons. I ain't even worried about the defense will follow because once the offense get flowing, the defense will fucking be hyped too. That's how I see it.
Big shout out to Anthony White in the chat, Bubba Gump, Coy Bishop, Carey. So many Falcon fans here checking in. All the content creators who have their shows tonight, who are or who already had their show. Big shout out to you all as
I'll
well.
check you guys out later.
Definitely will. And for the fans here in the chat, we love talking Falcons football with everybody. So whenever you see that notification pop up, jump into the chat. Hashtag the fan club, hashtag one timers. Angelica Williams is here checking in too as well. We're diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. At the end of the day, we want to win. As you can hear on the podcast for all the new folks here, we don't bash the team. We're positive fans about what we see. I think the outlook's going to be pretty good at the end of the season. Still sitting at 4-5. I can see us winning the division. It might come down to week 15, 16, 17. It might come down to that. But I can still see us winning the division, even without Desmond Ridder at quarterback. I said it before the season started. I'm going to say it now, that we still have the weapons. And I know it's tough right now because Falcon fans are seeing a losing record in the back and forth, and you're at 500 and under 500, and they want those first 2 games of the season Falcons back. where you were 2-0, you was riding that wave, everybody was feeling good, NFL is talking about you, and now you're sitting at that mark where it's like, please just beat the Cardinals before this bye week because we have the Saints when we come back from the bye week at the Benz. For Falcon fans that rock with us here at One Time for the Fan, we definitely rock with you all as well. We definitely appreciate the support from Kiki, Chase, and everybody here at One Time for the Fan. Thank you all. We're getting ready to wrap up, come to the end of the year. So we're going to give you details on a giveaway from One Time for the Fan coming up towards the end of the year. So big shout out to Sonia Norwood, Angelica Williams, everybody here in the chat. Angelica said, never bash the team, especially in public. That's a bad look right there when you're bashing the team and then you want to go around to get autographs and certain things. I've seen situations where some players remember who that fan is. If you tried to went viral bashing the team, or if you tried to be in a position where, you know, you've said too much and they kind of recognize you from social media, it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
And for me, I can tell you right now, excuse me, I had a friend of mine and he's a Falcon fan, but he hated Matt Ryan. I'm talking about to the core. Anything Matt Ryan can, it don't matter what he did, he hated Matt Ryan. He would be one of those fans where you're sitting down at the game and we're behind the bench and he just stands up and yells, "Number 2, yep," just going off on Matt Ryan to a point where we was at a game, one of the away game a couple years ago, and he was going off. I had to look to him and say, "Bro, I can't sit here. Like, I can't sit here, bro." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I had an extra ticket on hand. I can't sit here because them players are turning around and looking like who's associated with. I'm not the one yelling the shit. Cuz is. But I want to see my team win. So when he goes down the field and he's throwing the pass, he's going for 200 yards, 300 yards, 400 yards. I mean, I'm happy. I want to see the team win. But he's just ranting and ripping Matt Ryan apart. So for fans that do that, bashing players in public, don't do that, especially when they go over there and get autographs. Like, what does that look like? You're bashing a player on social media, putting them on your pages, you're talking shit, and then you stand over there in line talking about some, "Hey, man, let me get your autograph, sign my jersey."
Sign my hat.
Yeah. Come on, y'all. Falcon fans is going down in a major way. One Time for the Fan will be in Arizona on Sunday. Definitely set your notification alert on Facebook, or if you're checking in here on Facebook, head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of special guests coming up here in the next few podcasts. We have some former Falcon players too as well, who's going to be joining One Time for the Fan. So it's always great when we have people here to represent the Falcons organization or the Falcons community. You know, we do a lot of Falcon fan talks with the fans in the chat. So anybody wants to be a special guest coming up on One Time for the Fan, let us know. But we do have a lot of people lined up right now going forward. Next week, Wednesday, Carrie will be here. Carrie will be here next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. talking Falcons football with us. We have another special guest coming up, I believe, that Friday, and another one on Sunday. We're going to be loading up on special guests. Like, it's going crazy right now. And I'm glad that people can get the opportunity to come join the podcast. Some have already been on the podcast. Some are new to the podcast. So it's great when you have diehard people around you. Bodie 3000, any shout outs, any final thoughts for tonight, man, before we get up out of here, brother?
You know what? Shout out to Good Vibes this Sunday, man. You know, as a fan, you gotta manifest that. You know, you just gotta. Hopefully coach listen. Hopefully everybody listen, and just get good vibes, and we go get a dub. It starts this Sunday. I'm not thinking about last week. I'm not thinking about nothing. Thinking about this Sunday. So shout out to Good Vibes. Shout out to everybody showed up tonight, watching the show. Appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here listening to me talk about almost passing out drinking fucking Four Locos. Yeah, and yeah, man, just all the love, man. I just appreciate everybody who tunes in, especially you tune in consistently. You tune in every week. I mean, I just appreciate y'all, man. So all the love, man. All the love.
Sheesh. All right, Falcon fans, y'all enjoy your Thursday evening. I don't do the whole, "Oh yeah, go Bear." No, Panthers going to lose this game. We know they're going to lose this game. They fucking suck. This is an opportunity for Falcon fans to feel better about tonight, because you can go in the chats and talk shit about the Panthers, how bad they look, even though our team is not doing the best. There's a team in your
They're better
division that's
than
damn
them.
near. Technically, Bodie, if they lose this game, they're pretty much out of it.
They're pretty much out of it.
That's it. I mean, I know they're out of it right now at 1-7, but losing this game here tonight, going 1-8.
Yeah.
I mean, season's almost pretty damn near almost over. We're pretty much at that point.
Yeah, they can hang it
And
up.
that's what's going to happen on Sunday with the Cardinals when we beat them. They're at that point too as well, where teams are going to start looking and saying, it's time to start wrapping it up, y'all. It's time to start cleaning out the locker soon. So for Falcon fans, come on back. Come on back. Hit that like, share, and subscribe over here on Facebook. Head over to YouTube.
Good vibes.
Subscribe to the channel. Good vibes are the words for the weekend, y'all. Good vibes. For Falcon fans here checking in, we will see y'all probably Sunday night. I might do the podcast Sunday night in Arizona, so we'll see what's going on. If not, we'll be back next week to check in with all the Falcon fans. So rise up, y'all. Yeah.